Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of season 4 and the final season here at FC Köln. Once this season's completed, we will be starting a new series at Leeds United in the Championship in England. So keep your eyes peeled for that. This is the final season of this series. So the new one, judging by the length of the previous seasons, the new one will start probably between Christmas and New Year. That's coming. What we've got on the way this season here at Köln is hopefully a challenge for the Bundesliga title and a challenge for the Champions League. We are involved in Europe's elite for the very first time after winning the Europa League final yesterday. So, as such, we're looking to improve the team to be able to compete in the higher tiered competition. We have at our disposal £92 million available to improve the squad. As things stand, I think we're going to be looking for wingers. Leao and Luca Bacchio as my two strikers are very effective despite their lower overall ratings. That's fine. They're going to continue to be my main strikers. Out wide, Trezeguet and Weiser certainly could be improved upon. I'm probably going to sell Florian Kainz. I'm probably going to sell Kingsley Schindler. Trezeguet and Weiser will drop to the bench, and then we'll look for two wingers, first team, high-rated, top-quality wingers to add to the starting 11. Going to continue to train Katterbach at left-back. Might start to train Ahizaway a little bit as well to ensure that their overalls are boosted for the simmed games that we play. And hopefully, Cotsiello, Martinez, Hadji, Leao, everybody else will grow considerably thanks to the dynamic potential system from a very successful third season. By far our best season so far, and you can see by the growth of Jorge Mera just how effective the dynamic potential system is. His overall potential when you start a save is 84. He's already 87 and still plenty of room for growth with him at just 25 years of age. Other than Kainz and Schindler, I don't think I'm going to be selling anyone else at this stage, but we might, if you guys reckon I should, do something over the January period. I'm going to try and renew Schindler's contract just so we can get as much for him as possible. He's on 31. I'll offer him 41 to 47. He should sign there. 2 years, good. He's going to be leaving anyway, so that's fine. We'll get that money back. Other than that, not looking to sell anyone else on. Might loan out a couple of the youngsters, but I think wingers is the right way to go. We've been getting goals through the central area for sure. Leao with 32 goals in 33 Bundesliga games last year. Pretty remarkable, to be fair. We could do with some more quality out wide. So that's where we're going to look to improve. For some reason, I've tried reloading the save a couple of times. For some reason, I haven't been given a pre-season tournament. So I'm not able to raise any extra funds through that. I will still advance in this first episode towards the end of the month of July. And we've got the UEFA Super Cup against Manchester United to start things off tomorrow. And we'll also probably play Leipzig or Wolfsburg as the second played game tomorrow. But I'm going to advance forward and just try and sell. Transfer budget increase confirmed. A loan offer for Valmar Anton that obviously I'm going to be rejecting. It's going to be Stark that continues alongside Jorge Mera. And I don't think I want to improve at wing back. I think I'm just going to continue to train Katterbach so that he can continue to grow and improve. Probably going to stop training all of the other youngsters and concentrate on just a couple of first team players like Serpa Gajera, like Katterbach, like Ahizaway, so that those fringe players that we're going to have to quite heavily rely on towards the latter stages of the season when, you know, fixture lists really do get quite congested, provided we get through to the latter stages of the Champions League, which I'm very hopeful that we will. Then, yeah, I'm going to have to go and redo that. I'll just continue to train there. Then, hopefully, if the fringe players are slightly higher rated because they've been trained, then the first team quality players that we're going to bring in will just in general add to the strength in depth we have as a side. Not going to be loaning Mitchell Weiser out. Really surprised we haven't had any transfer offers for Kainz or... There we go, finally a transfer offer for Kainz. or Schindler so far. Salier's chance of player that's still going to stay on the fringes. I might train him as well, actually. Offer of 15.9 for Florian Kainz, which is above valuation. My chief executive reckons we could ask up to about 21. So basically at 16 already. I'll see if I can get 18 or 19 for him. And that will put us over the £100 million mark with regards players to, or money available to sign new people. See what we can get here. They're going to offer us that. I'll ask for 18.9. I don't want to be too aggressive in the negotiations because, as you can see, he's 29 years of age. And we're probably not going to get much more than what they've already offered here. We'll ask for 17.5. 16.1 is all they're going to pay. I don't want to risk losing the deal. So we shall accept £16.1 million and he'll come in and we'll have our new player. Well, hopefully we'll have a new player to replace Florian Kainz sooner rather than later. They'll have their new player is hopefully the way things will pan out for Bologna there. Again, like I say, I'll go and do this off. I'll redo my training modules off camera between episodes 1 and 2. But for the time being, we're going to continue to train here and get Katabak as close as possible to 78 rated as soon as possible. He is really effective. It's just for those simulated games we could really do with a higher overall. A loan offer for Kajera, which we shall reject. Another transfer bid for Florian Kainz. This one higher than the bid we've already accepted from Bologna, from Espanyol at 16.7. I could get some bids for Schindler as well. That'd be great. See what we can do here. We propose a new transfer fee. Again, I'll ask for about 18 or 19, and hopefully they'll come up a bit. 16.7 is where they'll stay for now. Will you pay 18? If they come up from 16.7, great. If they offer me 16.7 again, then I'll just accept 16.7. We have to take into account the fact that Florian Kainz is 29 years of age, and Schindler's 28 as well, so I'm not expecting a massive amount for him either. A loan offer for Peters. I might accept that, actually. Hugo Peters can go out on loan. We'll see if he can grow a little bit and perform. Like we say, this is going to be the last... Oh, Peters has rejected the loan move. All right, fair enough. The transfer off for Schindler. Great. Unfortunately, I think... Was that say Florian Kainz rejected the move to Bologna? He did, but he's still in contract talks with Espanyol, which, to be fair, is good because that was the one that was the higher fee. Let's see if we can get something for Kingsley Schindler here. We'll try. 9.8. He's 29 now. He's actually had his birthday in the process of starting from the beginning of the episode. 10.2. I'll take 10.2. We don't want to risk losing that deal either. And obviously, we're not going to be able to raise huge amounts of funds from those two transfers. So fingers crossed, we can get a deal done sooner rather than later for those two. And you guys will know exactly how much money we have to spend. We'll get those deals done. Transfer for Stark, 30.2 from Inter. That's going to be rejected. Come on. Let's get these deals done as soon as physically possible. Kainz sold. Good. Loan offer for Cherninov. He was on loan last year. He can quite happily go out on loan again this year. Now, can we get Schindler sold before the end of the month? A loan offer for Willems. I'm going to say no. I might like to try and use him, perhaps, in the Deutsche Pokal. Come on, let's get Kingsley Schindler out the door. Loan offer on a transfer offer for Luis Schwartz. We'll reject that. And loan offer for Sepa Kajera, which we shall certainly be rejecting. He's going to be another player that is used in rotation. Come on, let's sell Kingsley Schindler before the end of the month, or on the end of the month. They couldn't agree contract terms. Not to worry. Training injury. Oimera's out for 4 days. That's fine. Right, we should be able to see then at this stage who's won the World Cup. And indeed we can. Belgium win the World Cup on penalties by 4-3 against France. Unfortunately, it was Belgium that England had in the round of 16. So England out in the round of 16 stage. Germany win the third place. Fair play to Cameroon for getting to the semi-finals of the World Cup. They got battered 5-1 by Belgium, though. Unfortunately, France winning on penalties in the semis, but losing on penalties in the final. Congratulations, Belgium! You win the World Cup. Fantastic result for them. Now, I don't believe the group stage for the Champions League will be agreed, or will be drawn. Will be drawn until the end of August when the playoffs are all completed. So we won't know who we're going to have in our European group. What we do know is that we have at present £105 million to spend on 2 wingers. We should be able to raise an extra £10 million or so with the sale of Kingsley Schindler. So about £110 million to spend on 2 wingers. That should hopefully be done relatively easily, I think. Because we're not of the stature, nor are we going to be able to afford 87, 88, 89 rated players. We're looking at kind of 83s, 84s, 85s, maybe if there's a cheap-ish 86. Maybe we can have a look at the transfer window. Or transfer list even, and see who's on the transfer list in winger positions. Actually, let's just have a look in general who's on the transfer list, and we'll start in the Bundesliga. We'll start by seeing who's on the transfer list in this country. Attackers, anybody there that we might be interested in? Not really. Felix Klaus doesn't look like he's going to be that good. We're probably aiming... Oh, they transfer listed Benzema. That's a surprise. I guess he's 34 now, so it's not too much of a surprise. Stefan, Kaison. Really interested in any of those guys. Antoine Laute. I don't think there's going to be anyone of substantial quality that's on the transfer list that we could really contemplate going for. Jordan Lukaku. Is he a quality? Or a high enough quality for us to consider signing him? Maybe not. Rafael Guerrero at 83 rated at 28 years of age. His transfer listed. Technically looks very good, but physically probably not as fast as we're hoping for. Doesn't look like there's much in the Bundesliga. We'll have a quick look at the Premier League. See who's transfer listed there, attack-wise. Alexis Sanchez, 33 years of age now, though. Jahanbaks, the Iranian, probably not of high enough quality. Anthony Knockaert, probably not of high enough quality. Andone, Gerard Deulofeu. Quick, could be useful as a winger. Gerard Deulofeu, someone to consider perhaps. Very, very fast. He's at Liverpool, currently valued at £25 million, but because he's on the transfer list, we could pick him up for about that, if not less, perhaps. Josh King. Could he be used out wide? Could we maybe move Hadji out wide and sign someone else to go in the centre? Jota, currently at Aston Villa. I imagine Diogo Jota will be recommended in the comment section. Lucas Moura, obviously using him in the stream career mode at Leicester, so I'd probably lean away from that. We signed him when he was on the transfer window in that save as well, actually. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, his physical stats haven't dropped that much considering he's 33 years of age. Still very, very quick. We have Mahrez is available on the transfer list, but is he going to be good enough long term? Rodrigo's available. Sandro, probably not that good. What about midfielder wise? Let's have a quick look through here. Christian Atsu's not going to be good enough, really. Felipe Anderson. Felipe Anderson could be a very good shout. I will actually add him to the transfer list. Let me know if you think Felipe Anderson could be a good buy for a wide player. 85 rated, 29 years of age. Obviously, it's going to be the last season, so we don't need to worry too much about age at this stage. Jesse Lingard is going to be a no. Sema, anyone else? Luke Freeman. That's Ozil. Matt Phillips isn't going to be high enough rated or of quality. No one else standing out to me there in the Premier League. Let me know. Who do you think we should sign to go out wide for us? We'll give you a quick rundown on what the board expect from us this season. Apologies, there's no pre-season tournament. I'm not entirely too sure why, to be fair. Youth development-wise, we're not going to be doing any of those, to be fair, so not really putting too much of an emphasis on that. Sign one crucial first-team player assigned to a midfield or forward position. I will make sure that at least one of the wingers that we sign has the crucial first-team squad role so that we achieve that criteria this year. Last year, we signed Rafael Leao, but didn't give him crucial first-team player, only important first-team player, and as such, didn't meet that criteria. They want me to get £71.2 million worth of earnings from shirt sales. We've done 13% of that in the first month. Financially, finished the season with a profit margin of £222.5 million. That's probably going to be quite difficult, considering we're going to be spending a lot of money, and you only get about... Well, we got 90 million for finishing third last year, so the domestic prize pool isn't that big. That might not be able to be done. It will depend how far we go in the Champions League. The board want a top 4 finish. They're not asking for the title yet, which is good news. The DFB Pokal, round of 16 again. We got to the round of 32 last season, was slightly disappointing, but again, we're not interested in that competition since we won it in Season 1. Or was it season 2? It might have been season 2, actually. Champions League, they want a semi-final appearance. So they're not. Last year they asked for a final appearance in the Europa League. We won it. I slightly expected them to ask me to do the same, if not win it, this year. Just a semi-final. I say just. It's our first year in the Champions League. But just a semi-final appearance expected by the board for the Champions League this year. So we're in the Champions League. We're going to be challenging, hopefully, for the Bundesliga title. We're going to be challenging, hopefully, for a Champions League title in this final season. And fingers crossed, we can be as successful as possible. We're looking for wide players to start off with. We can then reevaluate in January if we're not able to bring in the players that we want to, or if we think there's other positions we need to improve on, depending on how our season is going at that stage. So, fingers crossed, it's a good window for us. We have plenty of money to spend. You guys have to tell me how to spend it. I'm actually quite intrigued by Felipe Anderson, seeing that he's on the transfer list. 4-star, 4-star, £32 million. Very quick. Very good technically with his ball control and his dribbling. Long shots of 84. Decent crossing at 83 as well. Passing is 83 too. That intrigues me. Do I get Felipe Anderson and then look to sign... Because he's on the transfer list. Do I sign him and then maybe try and get someone else that's more expensive, because we've been able to get him on the cheap-ish because of his transfer listing. Let's have a look and see who's quickly available in La Liga. Eden, £92.5 million, but Eden Hazard is transfer listed. Eden Hazard is transfer listed. Aha! That might change things. Valued at £92.5 million. I'm not sure what they might want for him, but that might be a game changer. Gareth Bale. I'd lean away from that because I signed him in the stream save as well. Lionel Messi transfer listed. Now then, come on Barcelona, you're better than that. Coutinho's transfer listed. Sebastian Aller's at Barcelona. Any right or left mids that we consider? Not really looking through this list, no. So, I said we probably wouldn't go for someone that was that high rated, but if Eden Hazard is transfer listed, we might be able to pick him up for about what his valuation is. And then I might be able to put up wages. It's going to be huge. £420,000 a week. Christ. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Regardless, it's going to be a very interesting transfer window. So we'll wait and see. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed and you're looking forward to this final season here at Köln. We shall win as much as we possibly can. I'll see you tomorrow.